Welcome back to the Mentium Podcast. Today, I have the privilege and the honor to welcome a sister of mine, to welcome a leader. As I told you when I was wrapping up the last episode, we are moving into the next phase of the Mentium Podcast, where I will have a chance to sit down with leaders who will tell not only how they lead, but also their own experiences in the field, what they do, how they do it, but also share their collective experience so that people can learn more about leadership. As you know, this is aligned leadership. So I will be using the Mentium Alignment Framework to conduct these interviews. That would mean that we will talk about their own identity. What is it? Their beliefs, their values, their skills and talents, but also what behavior do they put out there? Because I always say people do not experience your intention, but they experience your behavior. But finally, I will allow them to talk about their purpose. What impact do they really want to have or to leave behind as a legacy? So without any further ado, Dr. Ann, welcome back to the Mentium Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Professor. It's always a joy to stop by and have a conversation with you. I love being at Mentium because I know that this is a place where people are inspired. So again, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much. That was short and sweet, but it will not cut it for me. I will not just let you go. Certainly, you've been already here. Some people who watch your episode might already know about you, what you're about, where you're from. But if somebody is just tuning in for the first time today, I want them to know who is Dr. Ann and where is she from.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, one assumption we make is oftentimes we think that people know us. And you're right for asking who I am. I may have that assumption that people know me, but you'll be surprised that actually there are a lot of people out there who do not know me. So thank you again for asking me to introduce myself.
Absolutely.
My name is Ann Keke, or if you would like to call me doctor, feel free, Dr. Ann Keke. I think of myself as a community member, so I like to use my first name. And I am a community member. I am a community leader, both in our African community and the community at large here in Aurora. I am a mother and I am an educator. And my realm of education goes beyond the classroom at this point. It is now on the board of education of Aurora Public Schools, which is one of our Aurora school districts. It is such an honor to serve people. Wow. To me, being who I am and doing what I do is always because of the people, because of my people, because of my community that I've grew over time. Wow. I enjoy being in the community, but most importantly, I enjoy being a mother. That's what drives me. And so when you ask, who are you, introduce yourself, I like to say this to be short. My name is Dr. Ann Keke. I am a community member. I am a community leader. I am a mother. I am an educator. And I like to impact and change lives.
Wow. That's the powerful introduction. That's a powerful way to answer who you are. But I would like to dig deeper because, as I told you earlier, I wanted really to start with identity. And when we talk about identity, we cannot really miss talking about our roots.
Yes.
If I was to ask you, what are your roots? What really forged you to be who you are today? Yes. From the moment you were born until now, can you talk to me a little bit about that journey?
Absolutely. Certainly you can hear from my accent. I am not from here. I am an immigrant from Ivory Coast. My first language is French. So yes, that beautiful accent you hear has that French connotation. So bonjour ou bonsoir à tous ceux qui nous écoutent. And I also do speak Spanish. I love languages. I learned several languages. And I came from my home country in 2001. right after 9/11. Can you imagine that, Professor? Wow. And I came to further my education and I ended up staying. And I keep saying this, Aurora gave me opportunity. Aurora gave me a family. Aurora gave me a home.
Wow.
To me, Aurora, Colorado is home because this is where my family lives and this is where my kid was born. But I still have my roots in Africa.
Absolutely.
I still have my roots as an immigrant. So I am a proud American and also a proud immigrant.
Look, I'm always, pleased to hear you describe to us your journey, where you're from. I know, if people would like to know more about the details, they can definitely watch the first interview that I had with you. We go in depth of your
Absolutely.
journey, the struggle that you had to go through to get here, but also when you came here, everything was not handed to you on a silver platter. You had to really do a lot of hard work to get where you are today. But the question that I have now is that you are an immigrant. Would it not be easier for you just to say, hey, I came here for better opportunities. I got it for me and my family. I just need to rest, go to work, come home and do my thing. But I guess that was not you. What makes you really always want to serve the community, first in the Aurora school boards, but also now you are aspiring to run for office yet again as a state representative representing House District 41? What is it in you that is always propelling you in front of leadership?
Look, Professor, I appreciate this question. This is a spot on question. When you have gone through a lot of challenges in life, life humbles you. It humbles you to the point where the challenges that you've had, you don't want others to experience that.
Absolutely.
So having had the opportunity, the privilege, or even the opportunity to have gone through these life experiences, it is always known, if you would, at least for me, it is always better to keep the door open for others. Right? And that's what propels me. It is my experiences. It is the things that I've gone through. It is the challenges that I face and also the successes. Yes, you're right. We as immigrants always come here for the quest of better opportunities. Of course, education is one of them.
Yes.
Right? I came to further my education, and as I said, I stayed. Why did I stay? I could have gone home. But there was a better opportunity here for me, an opportunity to create a family, an opportunity to be integrated in this great community of Aurora, an opportunity to serve these people. And I just jumped on the on that opportunity. My life experiences gave me this blessing, if you would. And to me, serving people is a way to say, hey, I know how this experience goes, and I can show you the way so that you don't make the same mistakes I made. Or I can speak for you so that you get exactly what you need because I have been there. So it is through the challenges that I've gone through here that I developed the desire to serve, because I don't like to see people suffering.
Look, my understanding from what you just said is, if I can not label you, but understanding who you are a servant leader. At heart.
Yes.
Added to that, at heart. But now, if we talk about values, what is it in your values that is always propelling you in front of leadership? Just as I asked earlier, for you, being from Africa, there are certain values that are instilled in us at a very, very young age. Can you talk to us a little bit about those? Which one of those are really pushing you to be the voice of the voiceless, pushing you to be an advocate for not just the people in general, but also like particularly young people? Because you mentioned it in your introduction, you are an educator. Now, what is pushing you to go further and further in the realm of leadership?
Absolutely. Most immigrants come here with several values, but there's one value that connects all of us, or that is similar for all of us. It's that of faith. We come here with one faith or the other, right? Whether we are Muslim, whether we are Christian, whether we are idol worshippers, we are rooted in our faith, in our belief, right? There's that. And then service. We grow up rendering service, whether we realize it or not, Professor. That's just the truth. Remember growing up, your siblings, your younger siblings, whether you liked it or not, you had to take care of them.
That is true.
You had to father them.
That is true.
For lack of better term. Because when your parents would leave the house, they would say, take care of your siblings.
Yep.
And you are responsible and you will be accountable. When they come and something is missing or something is wrong, you will be the one to answer that, because they left you with that responsibility. So we also come with that, right? So there's that faith, service, and then the desire to alleviate suffering. We also come from places, unfortunately for us, where there's a lot of suffering. That's why some of us leave for better opportunity. Because if there were less suffering where we came from, we probably wouldn't be where we are today. That's just the absolute truth. And I'm not putting this great country down. You've heard me say I'm a proud American, right? But those values are what drive me today. Sharing, giving, serving. Remember, it is better to give than to receive. When you serve, you will be served.
Absolutely.
Automatically.
Absolutely.
I think it was you who told me that once before in one of our private conversation. You said when you spray perfume on someone, there is no way that a little bit won't come on you. Or when you crush flour, I remember that, right?
Yes.
You always say I don't listen when we're talking, but you'll be surprised when you crush flowers, right? And you to make a potpourri or something, and you do that every day. Number one, and then you kind of dust your hand on a pot.
Yes.
The pot at some point is going to be filled with those crumbs, right? But there is no way that you crush the flour for someone to give it to someone or to do something with it, and you're not going to smell like the fragrance of that flour. So giving is receiving.
Yes.
That's why I love giving.
That is beautiful. Look, when I was talking about values, there is one that you shared with me once that I didn't hear you mention here today. And to me, that's one of the most powerful ones in the way I see it and in the way I look at the way you serve.
Yeah.
When you were able to be re-elected as a president of the school board, but you resigned from that.
Yes.
And the reason you gave me, I was like, this is not normally how politicians think. You told me that I can do the job, but I know I will not have time to serve them the proper way. So it is better for me to give it to somebody else because I aspire to run for something else.
Yeah.
Let me sit with that a little bit, because most people would still try everything they can to get that position so that they can show it to people. Hey, I've been elected again. You can also elect me. But that was not you. You said, no, I don't want to take this position again because I know I will be running for something else, and my time will be occupied by my campaigning and all of that. It will be a disservice to the people who elect me to serve them here.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me a little bit about that? Like, how did you come up with that decision?
Absolutely. You know, when I said yes to the call of running for higher office, again, because leaders in our communities did approach me and ask me if I could think about running for higher office, because they believe that my voice, our voice, is needed at the higher level. And I said yes. And to me, as you said, Professor, you know me very well. When I do something, I do it wholeheartedly. Mm-hmm. I do it. I don't do things haphazardly. Mm-hmm. No, that's not me. Mm-hmm. I either do it or I don't.
Yes.
And so you are absolutely correct. Would it look better on my resume to have been reelected twice as the board president of a big school district? Absolutely. It looks good, because then it shows stronger leadership. Mm-hmm. But stronger leadership is shown also on how we make decisions.
Absolutely.
For the people that we serve, putting them always ahead of our thinking and our decisions, because everything that we do impacts them. And knowing that I would not be able to serve those great kids and families in APS wholeheartedly as I've done 2 years ago, it was better for me to step away, step aside, and focus, and give an opportunity for someone else to shine and to show.
Was it an easy decision to make for you?
It was not, because to your point, we as human, naturally, we want to hoard stuff. And I'm no different. I'm not going to sit here and try and act like I'm a saint. No, it was a struggle, but I had to revert to my values. I had to revert to that, because leadership is not just what you do when everyone is watching you.
Integrity. Wow.
It's what you also do when no one is watching. That's where the word integrity comes in.
Absolutely.
And that's even better, because what is in the dark translates always in the front. That's the reason why the intents of our hearts transpire, right, in our actions. When your intent is positive, it will transpire in your action, even when you make a mistake. And when they're not clean, when the intent of your heart is not clean, it will also transpire. People will know. And so I knew those things. I grew up with those things. I affirmed those things in me. I either do it or I don't. And so it was not easy, but I had to, again, revert to my personal values and say, no, I am not going to do that to the great people who believe in me, whom I have served wholeheartedly and seen the growth on both ends.
Yes.
So, yes.
Look, I've been around since the beginning, like when you started contemplating running. And I, for one, have seen your growth tremendously, like your tremendous growth, I should say. Moving from the values, can we talk a little bit about beliefs?
Yes.
Like, what are your beliefs in our society right now? What are the beliefs that hold you grounded when you pursue any type of office? Is there any things that you would not do, or things you would do because they align with your beliefs?
Listen, number one, I have hope. I have hope for our future. I have hope for this society. Yes, things are hard for everybody. Things are super hectic. You hear them in conversations. You hear them with families, right? Everyone has a challenge or another. However, when I lead, again, you mentioned this, I lead with integrity. There are certain compromises that I would not make if they violate my values. And when I step into a group, into a conversation, at a table, I make sure that people understand what I can compromise on and what I cannot. One thing I would not do is sell my integrity just because I want something. I won't do that. One thing I will not do is lie. Even if to impress people, no. As I am, so I come. And you get the whole me. And I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Absolutely.
But
that's fine.
You get the whole me, or you just don't. And it's perfectly fine. But I will not lie, because I know if I lie on a decision, it will impact the people that I serve. I will not infringe my own integrity, because I also know if I do that, it will impact the decisions that I make for the people that I serve. It's not just who is looking at me. It's the higher power that's looking at me that I fear the most.
Absolutely. Look, when we talk about belief, we can also expand on it by, trying to see we are in a world now that is really difficult. Do you really believe in equity, justice, service for all? Yeah. Are those things that you will put forth when you are elected as a leader?
Professor, it is so easy to take the easy road and throw our hands up in the air and say, you know what, forget about all of that. Because there are very good reasons to give up. But yes, as I said earlier, I have hope. I have hope for our society. I have hope that things will get better. When I came here in this country, I came with nothing but faith. I was a young woman, no family, nothing, but my faith and my bag, my suitcase, and the few diplomas that I had back home to show that I had some education.
You did something.
Right?
Yes.
And today, look at where I'm at. It is hope that got me pushing amid challenges. And I kept telling myself, this too shall pass. It will get better. And so, yes, I still have hope. Whatever we are going through, the struggles that we are facing, this too shall pass. I still believe in equity. I still believe in equality. Yes. I still believe in fairness. I still believe in inclusion. Even in the midst of seeing people excluding their fellow human beings, or removing equity from their fellow human being for the sake of power grab. I still truly believe that fighters like me, if they stay in the ring, we will make this world better.
I love it.
This is not utopic.
Yes.
This is a reality.
Absolutely.
It will happen.
Absolutely. Look, that will allow me to transition to the next segment here, because when you talked about look at where I am now, are you referring to all the education that you were able to acquire, but also like the skills that you were able to acquire? The reason why I'm saying this is that people who are watching this, if they know that you were running, one question that will be in their mind is that, are you qualified to be our state representative in House District 41? What are the skills and talents that you are bringing on the table?
Thank you. Of course, when I say look at me now, I'm thinking of the whole thing. I came here with an associate degree. Today I have a doctorate. I didn't have a doctorate overnight. Neither did I have a doctorate, the easy way. It came through tears, sweat, and blood, as we say here. I remember those late nights because I was a parent student, as they say, or a student parent. I already had a child. I was a working family and going to school for my doctorate. I will have to make sure that my daughter is well taken care of, put her to bed, and then start studying myself. Late night, early mornings. I have to go to school. So it was not easy. But again, I was handed a diploma today that I'm proud of.
Okay.
Skills. Again, challenges will humble you if you want to learn.
That is true.
I have learned patience. I have learned listening. I have learned compassion. I have learned, again, the ability to be able to soothe people's hurt, pains. Why? Because I can relate.
Absolutely.
So do I qualify? 100%. And it's not me being boastful or bragging. I say this humbly. My life experience, my education experience, my professional experience, my walk of life, all of that qualifies me 100% at every box that I have to check. I am a trusted person, trustable person. I am a woman of integrity. I live a life of principle. I always seek to help others. I have a compassionate ear, even when I cannot help. I give you that compassionate. Sometimes, Professor, we have to name this, right?
Yes.
Sometimes people come to you not because they think you can fix their problem, but simply because they want somebody to listen to them.
Look.
And an issue listened to, they say, is halfway solved. Because you reinstill confidence and safety into the person who is going through, and hope into that person who is going through things. And the best part is you also sometimes get ideas to solve other issues that may have arisen from that conversation.
When you were answering this, I cannot help but think about your profession as an educator.
Yeah.
Like, when you are an educator, like in your case, you deal with children, and if you deal with children, you deal with their parents.
Yeah.
So then that right there puts you at the center of society.
Absolutely.
Because the parents, some like you were dealing with the mom, others you were dealing with fathers. Those are actually the people you will be representing in District 41.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about them?
Oh, yeah. Again, besides the fact that leaders in immigrant communities have asked me to run, there is the things that I have observed in our schools, in our communities, right? One thing that people don't realize is how much weight children carry from the things that go on at home, from the things that go on in our societies. They see, they hear when their parents talk about, oh, there's no money for gas. Oh, are we going to be able to buy groceries? Oh, are we going to be able to pay for our mortgage? Oh, the insurance is late. They hear all of that. They see the worries. They see the pain from their parents. Kids won't talk much because oftentimes we don't even give them the opportunity to talk and express themselves. But they carry all of that as they see their parents suffer. And true. They bring that into the classroom. If a kid is deregulated, that same kid cannot learn. It is the absolute truth. So me helping the kids become better, having a better education is awesome, is great. but how about moving a little further and helping at the root, the families, the communities. To make the families better would be to improve the kids' life. And by ricochet, our community. And that's what I am about. When I get at the State House, I will be passing bills. I will be passing policies that would touch people's lives. Guess what, Professor?
What?
I am part of community. I am Aurora. I am HD41. I have the lived experience of these people. And every time I will make a decision, every time I will make a vote as I have done, every time I will try and pass a bill, I will have them in mind. Better yet, I will come to the same stakeholders and ask them, is this what we want? How can we do it? I have trusted the community before, who have also in return trusted my leadership, and I'm going to continue to trust them, hoping that they will continue to trust my leadership.
Well, let me tell you this, Dr. Ann, if you are ready for House District, for State Representative House District 41, as you are ready in this interview, I think people will be just very happy to put you forward. But let me ask you this. You heard me said earlier that people do not experience your intentions. Yeah. Like you have beautiful intentions, how you want to serve the people, how you want to do X, Y, Z. But what type of behaviors will you exhibit? Meaning, like concretely, what would you do once you are elected so that people will see, well, this is exactly why we elected her? What actions would you take?
Thank you. Number one, people need to understand what is the role of a state representative. The role of a state representative is to write bills or pass bills. Bills are, if you want, regulations. Bills are guardrails. They are things that we put on paper and could become law that directly impact our government. And who is our government? The people. Right? So my role number one will be to introduce those bills, to regulate our lives, our government, and to also vote on some bills that my colleagues, people like me, will bring on. So what concretely will I be doing is lots of meetings day in and day out and lots of decision making all day long. I'm sorry?
Meetings with who? Meetings
with stakeholders, with communities, community members, and meetings with also colleagues.
Absolutely.
Right? To make decisions that impact our lives. It is a privilege, it is an honor, but it is hard work.
Responsibility.
That's why I do not understand elected officials who seem to not take their job serious. I see humanity and humans at the tail end of every decision. That's me. Again, it's probably because of my lived experience. But that's who I am. And those are the things that I will be doing concretely. So yes, I will be coming to the community a lot. Just like I've been doing.
Yes.
It's not going to be different from what I do with in APS, just on a higher scale.
Okay.
And I'm excited about that.
I am so glad you mentioned talking to the stakeholders, because for most people, especially in our communities, people tend to think at our place. Like they create ideas, thought about them, design programs and solutions, and just come and dictate it to us. So a leader like you, a representative or state representative like you, from what you said, would go and meet the stakeholders and really understand their pain points, understand their struggles in order to shape bills
Yes.
past them in order to give them ease in their own lives.
Yeah.
You know, this will bring me to the last segment, which is purpose. Because as I told you in the beginning, I'm using the Mentium Alignment Framework.
Yeah.
And we've talked about identity.
Yeah.
We've talked about values. We've talked about beliefs. We've talked about behaviors, which is like the actions that you will take. But also coming to the last one, it is purpose and connectedness, which means really that there is a higher purpose. There is something bigger than you. Yes. If it was just you and your own family, maybe you would have not run for office, like, let alone trying now to go be a House representative. There is an impact that you want to have in the community. Yeah. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
We've been debating that all along. Mm-hmm. The impact that I want to leave to this community, to my community, to the community at large, to the world, is that of service. Making things better than how I found them. Leaving a legacy of service that people can literally point to and say, yes, this is Anne's doing. She was the genesis of this. Or she was the pioneer. And look at that today. It's kind of like someone who plants a tree.
Yes.
The person may plant the tree today, pour the first water, and go away.
Okay.
And then the tree begins to grow.
Okay.
And when that tree grows, the tree can give shade to so many others.
Absolutely.
And to me, what I am doing is the tree analogy is the best analogy I can find to describe the legacy that I want to leave, the impact that I want to leave. I want people to remember me as someone who gave her life away completely to the service of others.
Okay.
Not just her family, but others.
I really thank you so much for that answer. But let me maybe clarify a little bit. I think when we talk about legacy, it is a little bit, or it might be part of it, something that will cover everything as a whole. But I wanted to hear you explain to me the impact that you want to have on, not what you will leave for the community, but the impact that your work will have on the community.
Absolutely.
Let's say, like, tomorrow you are an elected official. Like, what type of bills, what type of legislations would you take to, like, better the lives of your constituents?
Absolutely.
Like, what impact, direct impact, would your work have on them, like right now?
So, you see, people know that I'm big on education.
Okay, I know that.
And the reason why I'm big on education is because I know that education is one way to beat poverty.
Absolutely.
I will never stop believing in education and defending education. One impact, one concrete impact I want to make is really making sure that students in Colorado, yes, you heard me say Colorado, not just Aurora, but students in Colorado have the best education, the best public education. So I will be passing and supporting bills that impact education for all of our kids, regardless of what people believe there. I am not in a political shenanigans. I see humans. I see our future leaders, because we are talking about impact. When we are far gone, those are the ones we are going to leave to make decisions. And I want them to be critical thinkers, fair judgment deliverers, right? That's one thing. Impacting education in Colorado. Making sure that all of our kids, that Colorado moves from the 45th place in education in the U.S. to the first, where our teachers are well paid.
It's a bold goal.
I dream big.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that.
Where our teachers are well paid so that they focus directly on our students. And where our students are going through education with the best curated curriculum. Not just for some, but for all, whether you have the means or not, because we live in a country where public education is a blessing and it's a thing, right? Second, housing, affordability. Affordability comes in many different ways. But one way to discuss affordability is to putting a roof, a safety net over people's head.
Absolutely.
So affordable homes, making sure that people have a roof over their head and can afford it. Whether they're renters or they're homeowners. Put programs out there that make all of these different people, again, whether renters or homeowners, thrive and be able to afford. That's two. And then third, let's just talk about regular, everyday things in affordability even. Making sure that life is still easy, is still affordable, cheaper here in Colorado, and people are not leaving Colorado in droves like we're seeing, but instead people are coming, and good people are coming, right, to Colorado. That's my goal. That's my prayer. That's my hope. That's my desire.
Dr. Ann, this is really good. Look, listening to you, I'm thinking, because I always share that leadership is a relay race. And in a relay race, it's not like how fast you run.
Never.
That is important. Like how good of a runner you are.
That's right.
In a relay race, the most important part is when you are passing the baton.
Yes.
You did that already. You were able to be re-elected as a school board president, but you chose to pass the baton to somebody else.
Yep.
And then go do some other bigger stuff. Now, that is leadership in action. You did it and you can do it again.
Absolutely.
You were elected, and I know for a fact that you can be elected again. However, you will not be able to do it alone.
That is very
So who are the people, or what message do you want to send out there for people to know that you cannot do this alone? You have the heart, you have the will, you have the passion, you have the skills and the talents.
Yeah.
But people will put you through. What do you want to say to them?
Thank you. First, let me address my community, the immigrant community. The immigrant community as a whole, the African immigrant community. I cannot do this alone. You are the ones who have carried me all this while. And I trust that you will still carry me to the winning line. I need you. I know I have your trust, but I need your help to deliver.
Yep.
To the voters at large, you have trusted me with your vote again. Not once, twice. Because you believed in my leadership. It is time for me to take that leadership to a higher level for your sake and also the sake of my family. I trust that you will cast your vote one more time, believing in this leadership in action. And to everyone else who will be listening from across the world, your prayers is also what is going to carry me. Your well wishes. Wish me well. Pray for me if you're not here physically in Colorado, in Aurora, to vote for me or to jump into this campaign and volunteer.
Exactly.
Pray for me. But for those who are physically able, please join my campaign. My website is annekeke.com. ANNEKEKE.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Sign up and volunteer. Call me. I need your help. Together, we are stronger. Together, we can win. Together, we will win. We have done it once. We've done it twice. Let's do it a third time. What do you say?
I say yes. I say yes. Look, it's always a pleasure having you on this show because, as I mentioned earlier, I have witnessed the growth. The Dr. N that I know like some 6 years ago and the one that is sitting here is completely different.
Thank you.
And the reason why it is different is that she really chose to serve. And as you said when you were explaining things about the flower, you know, I still remember that conversation. It is absolutely very hard for you to like exchange stuff, whether it is like you sprinkling perfume on people without having a few drops on you. And you've been experiencing that ever since.
Yes.
Now, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that I didn't get a chance to ask you before we close?
Thank you so much, Professor. We've covered pretty much everything, but I want to reiterate the call to action here. Join our campaign. It is so fun doing it all together. Vote. Do not throw your ballot away. The primary election is June 30th. I want to say, if you live in HD 41, which is north of Mississippi, south of Hampden Avenue and Parker Road, west of Dayton Street, and east of Buckley Road and Iliff, you can vote for me. Do not toss your ballot. Look for the name Ann Keke, second on the ballot. Check that box. Turn in your bulletin early. And if you are not in House District 41 and you would like to help, check our website, sign in to volunteer. There are phone banking, there are door knocking. Let's do it. It is fun. We've done it before. We can do it again. Join me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. N. My friends, there you have it. As I told you, this news series is called Aligned Leaders. And I will be bringing to you people like Dr. N, who have so much experience about what we are talking about on leadership. You heard her go through every single pillar of the Mentium Alignment Framework, from identity to beliefs, to values, to skills and talents, behavior, but also purpose and connectedness. Because I do believe that if a leader is aligned inside, her external leadership will perform extremely well. But if a leader is misaligned, so will be the external leadership. So I want you to follow us every time that we have this going on. But before I part with you today, I would like to extend some really heartfelt gratitude to our host. His name is Clovis Demulu. He's a brother in the community who's very, very, very helpful. And I'm telling you, if you are campaigning or you would like any of your events to be covered, I'll put his number below. Contact him, talk to him. He will serve you well. And he is a very, very proud professional who will be able to help you out. Absolutely. There you have it, my friends. As I would always end, keep leading, keep growing, and keep doing the right things. Until next time, take care of yourself and your loved ones. I am Madiama, and this is Mentium. Peace.
Thank you.